Dollar. Dirt on money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. We haven't did a Watch Mojo video in so long. It's been years, right?
It has been a while. Yeah.
It's been over. I feel like it's been over a year since we did a Watch Mojo, but it's only right we do. We got for the culture. We gotta do it. 10 shocking Sean Diddy Combs allegations. Damn, man. It was nice while it lasted. You know, like, that's the reason why they always say, no matter how high you get, the number one thing you always have to do, what is that, see? Remain humble.
Oh.
No matter how high you get, you always have to remain humble, grounded. Because once you stop being humble, and once you stop being grounded, you start feeling yourself, you're a little cocky, you making people run across the bridge to go, what, you make her go fetch some cheesecake? Was it cheesecake?
I think it's cheesecake, yeah.
What the? Why would you do that?
Oh,
That's cockiness. I'm on top of the world. After all these people dying around you,
yeah,
you would think a motherfucker be like, unless you the one behind something. Now, I don't know. A lot of stuff is speculations, but a lot of stuff is coming out in reports. And I ain't gonna lie, that lawsuit with Cassie got settled a little too fast for me. Mm-hmm. That shows straight up red flags. Flag on the play.
Yeah,
because you don't. Ain't nobody finna drop no allegations, and I'm innocent, and I'm finna just settle that
just
fast.
Like that.
Now we gonna go to court typically with those because it was a high price value. You draw it out in court for a little while. And you know what I'm saying, you work on it for a little while, you get the price down. But you don't just, But hey, with that being said, we finna find out today. Make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want the first part. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
lock it in with a thumbs up.
But let's check out these 10 shocking allegations by Mr. Take That. Make the context hit a little different, huh? Take that. Take that.
Okay.
Take what, my nigga? Let's go. Let's check it out and see what it's about.
Federal agents searching the hip-hop mogul's homes in both Los Angeles and Miami.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the most shocking allegations that have been levied against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Cassie alleges that Combs was so enraged over her dating Cudi that he blew up Cudi's car.
Cassie's claims of abuse. In an explosive lawsuit filed in November 2023, singer Cassie accused her former partner Sean Diddy Combs of multiple indecent assaults.
Ventura says that after years in silence and darkness, she's finally ready to tell her story.
Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, says she first met Combs when he was 37 and she was 19. Her suit claims that much of the time they were together, Combs plied.
She was how old?
19.
Oh, okay.
He was 37.
Still, must be your dad, right?
That's a huge age gap. Yeah.
Was 37 and she was 19. Her suit claims that much of the time they were together, Combs plied her with copious amounts of illegal substances, which she alleges were used to control her.
This was really big news in the hip-hop space and beyond for a few key reasons. First of all, the severity of the allegations were utterly shocking.
Furthermore, Ventura states that Combs forced her to have relations with others in various cities. These encounters were supposedly viewed and recorded by Diddy. Ventura and Combs settled the lawsuit out of court, with Combs' lawyer assuring that the settlement is, quote, no way an admission of wrongdoing. Allegedly blowing up Kid Cudi's car.
You think, let me ask you this real quick. You think if she never came out and said anything that it'll be what it is? Or she never came out and took those steps?
Took the initiative step to put everything
in the forefront?
Yeah.
And like,
probably not, so.
Because nobody was, like a lot of times with allegations and stuff that does go on behind closed doors, that goes on with multiple people for a longevity of time, it takes that one person to open, but nobody was willing to step up.
A lot of people don't say anything out of fear, out of most of the times it's out of fear. So when she did come, out and tell her story, and we like heard everything, I was like, yeah, like you need that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad she had the courage to be able to do that.
Facts, because it just take that one person to make the ball start rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Once that one person, then
It
more
gives
people
other
get
people
pushing.
confidence to be like, okay,
Yeah. Some got to be done about this, man. Because honestly, if nobody else, a lot of other people got to be behind the scenes stepping up. I know, like the dude, he came out and said something. Now supposedly other people. So I guess the Homeland Security and FBI probably like, almost, why are these people? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's one thing to do lawsuits, but sometimes that's not enough. You need criminal stuff to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Lawsuit that Cassie filed. She stated that Diddy had become, quote, so angry that she was dating rapper Kid Cudi in 2012 that he threatened to blow up his car.
Did you know they were dating?
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
She also claims that he wanted to make sure Cudi was home and with his friends when it happened. Shortly after this, Kid Cudi's car allegedly exploded in the driveway of his residence.
Through a spokesperson, the rapper, born Scott Mescudi, told the New York Times, quote, "This is all true." In a statement, Diddy denied any wrongdoing and accused his ex of extortion.
Cassie says it was at this time that she, quote, began to fully comprehend what Mr. Combs was both willing and able to do to those he believed had slighted him. Tiffany Redd's open letter. Cassie's lawsuit named many witnesses who she says saw the abuse at the hands of Diddy firsthand. One such person named was singer-songwriter Tiffany Redd. A friend of Cassie's, Redd published an open letter where she corroborated Cassie's claims.
I don't think people understand what it's like to be traumatized by somebody famous and rich, because you can't get away from that.
Describing an incident at Ventura's 29th birthday event, Redd says Combs and his team forced Cassie to leave her own party because he wanted her to have relations with other men. She also wrote that her friend confided in her about the alleged abuse that night. Tiffany is adamant that what Cassie described in her suit is consistent with what she herself experienced.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I mean, look at his rap sheet.
Aaron Hall's apartment incident.
The allegation are very much so of R. Kelly-esque, but more like dangerous stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the actions, especially when it comes down to the sexual activities, are very much so like what R. Kelly was doing, but not as much because he was doing other stuff with multiple women and multiple times. Diddy was like, it's still that control mechanism and that threat, and you know what I'm saying. Then the filming and stuff. I ain't gonna hold you. When one person, typically, I'll say this: when they go knocking on one person's door, and you see them, you would think something that clicks in your head. Let me get rid of all this bullshit. Let me stop. You get what I'm saying? But I guess after you did it, because typically he's been around in the industry probably. Would you say longer than R. Kelly? I know behind the scenes it was like early 90s. I can't say that for a fact, like, because both of them came in the 90s, but I don't know if R. Kelly. But you know what I'm saying. But you gotta, I don't know, man. Me myself, if I see somebody going down for some shit, I'm gonna get my ducks in a row. Especially, I'm saying if if I'm doing that and that.
When the damage, for me, is when the damage has been.
But you got all this evidence.
When the damage has been over years and years and years and years, baby, ain't no getting no ducks in a row. People have went through and lived this trauma. You can get your ducks in a row all you want, but when I'm ready to tell my story, I'm telling my story.
Evidence and all that, because why they raid your house and you still possibly get
like you
evidence.
said earlier, some people get a little too cocky. They get a little too comfortable. They think they're untouchable.
Yeah.
And I don't like. We've heard other stories where people like have kept all of these like I guess what for them is what souvenirs, reminders, whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
Or like bargaining, because a lot of them be like people that they didn't trust.
Just in case, let me keep some in my back pocket.
Get out of jail free card.
So you remember that tape? You remember that?
I still got that tape.
Yeah.
I told you to destroy that 10 years ago.
Keep your mouth shut.
Nah, that was my get out of jail free card.
A lot of people do that, and it's crazy. Very much sad. My bad.
I did. Why? I mean, look at his rap sheet.
Aaron Hall's apartment incident. A woman by the name of Liza Gardner also filed a lawsuit against Combs in November 2023. Gardner says she and a friend met up with Diddy and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall in the early 90s. After an MCA Records event, she recalls that they went to Hall's apartment for a, quote, after party. It was there that Gardner says she was given more drinks and was coerced into having relations with Combs.
Again, just really serious allegations that clearly rise to the level of criminal conduct, if true.
She also asserts that the music mogul assaulted her friend. Gardner recalled being, quote, shocked and traumatized, only for Hall to allegedly, quote, barge into the room while she was getting dressed and force relations with her as well. Joy Dickerson Neal's date with...
Didn't we see something where Aaron Hall was like bragging off around the stuff he did?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a video. It was older.
It was an older video, and I can't remember where we seen it at. And I was like,
he was very
"There's
boastful.
so many things, especially like back like in the late 90s,
just say the 90s, early 2000s,
the late 90s, 90s, early 2000s, whatever. We see like these different videos, and people did used to be very boastful, and I don't know, like I guess like hearing it back then, people didn't really think anything of it or take it as serious or. Really, I really don't understand what it was then. But now it's kind of like these videos are resurfacing, or people are like,
bro, you really
like reiterating things that people have been saying forever. And it's just like now it's kind of like, wow, I don't know what the difference is, but it's crazy. I can't remember where we seen that video at, but most definitely he was like boasting.
I can't remember it all because I found it. It shows you was like, what? I was like, look at that bullshit. I can't believe it.
In a complaint filed on the same day as Liza Gardner's lawsuit, a woman named Joy Dickerson Neal says she went on a date with Combs in 1991 that ended in trauma.
This is actually the third lawsuit in as much time levied against Combs and his inner circle. This one, as you mentioned, stems from 1991.
She claims he, quote, intentionally gave her illegal substances at dinner and later assaulted her. She further asserts that Diddy recorded the incident and showed it to other people.
Was shown to several people, including a member of the 90s R&B group Jodeci.
Dickerson Neal would later file a report with police in New York and New Jersey. Her suit says prosecutors were unable to corroborate her allegations. She believes that witnesses were, quote, terrified that Combs would retaliate against them. Jane Doe's claims. A woman referred to as Jane Doe filed a fourth lawsuit against Combs in December 2023.
This woman has filed as an anonymous accuser, as a Jane Doe, and filed it in federal court today. And it goes back to, her allegation goes back to 2003.
She alleges Combs, along with the former president of Bad Boy Entertainment, Harve Pierre, and a third unnamed individual assaulted her. The alleged incident took place in 2003 when Jane Doe was younger and was at Diddy's Manhattan recording studio. It's also claimed that the men sent her out to others using a private jet while plying her with illegal substances and alcohol. Jane Doe provided several photos as evidence, including one where she can be seen sitting on Combs's lap. Lil Rod's assault and harassment accusations. In February, yet another lawsuit was filed against Diddy claiming assault and mistreatment. This time, it came from Combs's former videographer and music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. He alleges that Combs harassed and threatened him, on top of several indecent assaults.
Also alleges Combs forced him to engage in unwelcome acts with sex workers and that Combs and his staff engaged in, quote, serious illegal activity.
The supposed...
Well, I wonder when he says sex workers, because I remember when I first heard it, I was like, sex workers, so he had like... But now, since this new document came out and they were talking about sex workers, it was naming individuals that are famous that we know. So I'm like, did he force... Because then that takes a whole different light. Like, it... And honestly, a lot of this stuff is learned behavior. that's been passed down from generation to generation. You've been like, especially you interning for certain people, and you seeing what's accepted. You know what I'm saying? They grooming you to get in those positions as well. So ain't no telling who has done stuff to him. What made him feel like, okay, this is the way,
or who he has seen do stuff to other people,
or possibly do
not taking away what you said. I'm adding on to what you're saying, but
and then him witnessing things, and he's like, oh, okay, that's how it's supposed to be done. This is what goes on, and people get away with it. Okay, once I start getting my power in my pool, I'm gonna start. You know what I'm saying? Because you got even people who might be in a small town, might be a party promoter. They using they status and they popularity to be able to do certain things because they're trying to take advantage of the little notoriety and pull that they might have.
Yeah.
Just think, if they can go on in a little small town, just imagine on a bigger scale and being that icon in the music industry, especially of their time creating something new, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's crazy, man. Then, Jodeci? What? Damn.
Took place between September 2022 and November 2023, when Jones lived with Diddy while working on his album Love.
Love Records. We here. We stronger together. Yeah.
He says he was constantly touched inappropriately during that time. Lil Rod also claims he was once woken up, quote, disoriented, sans clothes, and in bed with Diddy and 2 others.
The lawsuit also claims the misconduct happened during the creation of Diddy's latest album, the Love album, and is seeking, as we've mentioned, $30 million. The suit not only names the mogul, but includes his son and Universal Music Group, claiming there is an alleged RICO enterprise to enable his misconduct.
Illicit recordings. Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit also asserts that it was his job as Sean Combs' personal videographer to constantly record others, especially if they were taking part in serious illegal activity. Jones says that under Combs' orders, he secured, quote, hundreds of hours of video footage and audio recordings of unlawful activity.
He said that Sean Combs has cameras and recording devices throughout the home. He also, in his complaint, put multiple screenshots of video from his own phone.
The footage allegedly features Diddy, his staff, and all of Combs' many guests. The footage, which was given to Combs, is said to include such acts as acquiring illegal substances, having relations, and various other illicit activities. Cuba Gooding Jr. accusation.
I guess this is his way of possibly being able to blackmail other people to do certain things.
Right.
Like, let me get, like, use that, or if you try to tell on me, I got this stuff that can come out about you too.
Because I thought about that. I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, he uses his stuff
manipulation.
Or like, for blackmail. To like, hey, remember, got you on recording too. So if I ever go down for anything, just know I won't be alone. Or, well, no, I don't really know. Or I can't really think of another. Like, I'm really, most people do it because of those reasons.
Also, there's like, not saying anything he has anything to do with anything, but besides the allegation he got. But I wondered, since all of this is taking place, right? Do this also goes in the conspiracies a lot of people have? Would those be possibly addressed as well from the Biggie situation and those speculations?
I mean, I've heard people,
the Kim Porter situations and those speculations. Would those possibly be looked into more now since we're looking into him on D? And then if charges are filed, could that kind of, because we know with the Tupac situation, somebody's in jail. That person has put out and connected him with that as well. So is there a possibility other things going to start coming down? You get what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's scary though.
Lil Rod's accusations against Sean Combs also implicate other notable names, one being Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr.
Music producer accusing Diddy of sexual assault and harassment is also accusing actor Cuba Gooding Jr.
In his complaint, Jones says Combs liked to, quote, pass him off to his friends. He recalled a time on Diddy's yacht where he was introduced to Gooding Jr. Allegedly, Combs suggested that Cuba, quote, get to know Jones better. Lil Rod claims that he was then repeatedly touched inappropriately by Gooding Jr. He also stated that he turned down his advances, but Cuba did not stop until he was forcibly pushed away.
So we have reached out to both representatives for Diddy and Cuba Gooding Jr. on these latest allegations, and we have yet to hear back.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Using celebrities. The stunning accusations from Rodney "Lil Rod" Jones have stunned many in the entertainment industry. One reason for this is due to his claims that stars and celebrities were used to boost Sean Combs' quote, legitimacy, so he could carry out illegal acts. He states that guests were drawn to Diddy's alleged illicit parties because of his quote, access to celebrities. Through court filings, Jones stated that Combs used the likes of famous athletes, political figures, musicians, and international dignitaries like Prince Harry.
A $30 million lawsuit brought by record producer Rodney Jones claims Diddy's affiliation with high-profile people such as Prince Harry gave his actions legitimacy. The American hip-hop mogul's homes have been raided by authorities in relation to the allegations.
It's important to note that there is no suggestion Prince Harry did anything illegal, nor is it suggested that he had any knowledge of any wrongdoing by others. Jones and his lawyers assert that these stars were simply a means to an end for Combs. What do you make of these shocking allegations against Sean Diddy Combs? Let us know in the comments below.
Because they're looking for videos, photos, any mementos that he may have been keeping that would corroborate what accusers have said.
This can just be the start of a downfall for a lot, especially in the entertainment business. Like we already had prominent figures too. Like you got Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Diddy now. Who next? Honestly, at this point, you gotta be like, who next? Because obviously, there's gonna be next. Like you don't like those are the top people. Literally, who's next? And I see who people are saying, and you know what I'm saying, the rumors that's gonna be next. And I'm like, damn, that is true. That is crazy. That's everybody who came from nothing and had a lot of young black people looking up to them. And like, hey, if they made it out, especially where they come from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was always my thing. Like, I would never, have never, and will never, like, put anything past someone. Like, I don't care who it is, what status you have, because a lot of people do be on a high horse, and when you have a lot of people, like, in your corner, like, associating yourself with certain people, and you have other people, they're like, there's no way somebody associate themselves with someone that's doing all of that. They're like, those just have to be rumors. It has to be false. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of people do. They want to put themselves in, put certain people around them that like hold this, like, you know, people may trust or whatever the case may be, and just to, like they said, to solidify your actions and what you're doing and all of that kind of stuff. But no, I have never. So whoever the next person may be, then
it's just crazy, bro. These people come from like some like more bottom than what the average black person might come from. You know what I'm saying? Like they come from single parent household, predominantly by a single black mother, struggling, low income projects. You know, and then they work so hard to get in these positions. Then once y'all in these positions, y'all take advantage of everybody else who come from that same background y'all come from. Y'all threaten them like, hey, I got money, power.
Yeah, money, power, fame, baby, make people.
Because it's not even respect. It's more like money, power, and fear. Because you know the folks always be like, money, power, respect. No, it's money, power, and fear. People fear you once you got that money and that power.
Yeah.
They don't respect you. They fear you. And I think a lot of these people were feared. Like, they feared like Diddy and R. Kelly and all these other people that have had these strong allegations and went years without anything happening to them.
Yep.
So, man, hey, y'all, hey, spam us up in the comments, man. Let us know y'all thoughts about it in the comment section down below for us. But as always, I do go by the name DJ Kid. This is We Are.
Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low.